Hello and welcome to our Grand Challenges project. We have been working this week to create a podcast to raise awareness about the fake news that filters into the media, leading to a vast amount of misinformation. Here is a short video introducing our team.
Hi, I'm Kaylin.
Hi, I'm Louisa.
Hi, I'm Abby.
Hi, I'm Scarlett.
Hi, I'm Rose.
Hey, I'm Georgia.
Hey, I'm Shannon.
Hi, I'm Becca.
Hi, I'm Abby.
We are a mix of first, second, third and fourth years with very varied degreed subjects, ranging from maths to modern languages. This provided us with many different perspectives on the topic. However, we all agreed that we wanted to raise awareness about fake news and the negative impact it has on society.
So while we were all brainstorming and getting to know one another on the first day, we realised that we were all very creative people. We thought that a podcast would be the perfect way to put our skills into practice and have a long-lasting output, even after Challenges Online finishes. Everyone was inspired by the talks from Full Fact and NewsGuard to fight fake news in the student community, but we were also passionate about amplifying unheard or silenced voices on our podcast. Next, we needed a name, and we came up with ExEchoBreakers. Our name reflects how we want to break virtual echo chambers, which can lead to narrow mindsets and tunnel vision. Instead, we want to help students to see the bigger picture. We noticed that recently there are a multitude of ideas not adequately covered in mainstream media. So the next step was to draw up our plan so our podcast idea could become a reality.
At the beginning of the week, we began to plan our project in terms of time management. We ultimately managed to meet all of our deadlines by establishing splinter groups, each of which focused on one part of the project. In the first couple of days, we split into a social media development team, a script writing team, and a mind mapping team. Wednesday and Thursday was focused on recording, editing, and transcribing the podcast, along with creating this presentation. Our image uses the green colour scheme of Exeter University, and we made sure that all our social media posts followed this in order to create a cohesive vision.
In order to achieve as big of an outreach as possible, we took to Instagram and Facebook to showcase the brand, the aims and the team. Not only can this be an advertising platform, we can also use social media to share useful information regarding fake news and stay current. So our first task was to consider what we wanted to cover in the podcast. We discussed the key features we wanted to cover in the pilot episode and compiled a script. We wanted to raise awareness of fighting fake news, but in a way which wouldn't force our biases onto others and instead encourage critical thinking. We carried out further research by listening to other podcasts so we could replicate the same chatty but informative discussion. Obviously, we can't be together in person, so we've used our mobile phones to record and edit it on Audacity. There were some difficulties here, such as background noise and varying volumes due to different acoustics and voices.
So during the planning and creation of the podcast, we brainstormed some topics that could be potential podcast focuses and made mind maps to display the thought process. The first one we made was about the Black Lives Matter movement, as we felt it was not covered massively in terms of fake news, but rather misinformation and a lack of understanding of its ideologies. This was important to our main goal in stopping the spread of fake news, as it was not so explicit in being false, but was still impactful in the same way that fake news is. Similarly, we did one about deepfakes and the significance of artificial intelligence in the spreading of fake news. The topic took a focus on the impersonation of individuals, particularly politicians and celebrities, to damage their reputation or implicate them in something they did not do or say. Lastly, we made one about COVID-19, as it seems most relevant in terms of fake news, with the emergence of health claims, statistics, and vague statements that could be interpreted in multiple ways. All of these topics displayed how fake news is an increasing problem in today's society as a technological age, not only in how easily fake news is spread, but also how fake news is believed.
Here's a little sneak peek of our podcast.
Exeter EchoBreakers, fighting fake news one article at a time.
Hello all, and welcome to the first episode of our new podcast, Exeter EchoBreakers. The aim of this project is to break the so-called echo chamber of the media, whereby similar views are consistently circulated throughout the internet, and the most amplified voices often belong to a certain demographic: white, male, straight, cisgender, middle class, and so on. Our first episode comes in light of Challenges Online, but the fight against fake news will not end when this project does. Fake news is a global issue that no single person can escape. At one time or another, we have all been exposed to mis or disinformation.
We can't wait to show you all the rest of our podcast. As for the future, we'll be creating more podcasts aiming to raise awareness of misinformation and to facilitate discussions about how fake news is affecting our understanding of current affairs. We are also planning to work with the other Fight Fake News policy group to create a society so that the Exeter community can benefit the most from it. Thank you all so much for listening, and if you have any questions or would like to hear more from us, please follow our Instagram at ExEchoBreakers and our Facebook page ExechoBreakers.